Christmas wreaths. A Christmas memory circa 1927. It was Christmas Eve in Brooklyn. I was feeling happy. Things were going well for me. As a young bachelor, I had just had a fine visit with some new friends. As we were saying goodbye on their front porch, I noticed all around us houses were decorated for Christmas. Suddenly, a pair of wreaths on a house across the street caught my eye. One had the traditional big, bright red bow. The other featured a somber black ribbon, a symbol of death. A wreath of death. Something about that juxtaposition of joy and sorrow knocked a pause in me. I asked my host about it. He said a young couple with small children lived in the house. He did not know them as they were new in the neighborhood. We said goodnight. As I walked down the street, something kept calling me back. I didn't know those people. However, it was Christmas Eve, and if there was joy or suffering to be shared, it seemed appropriate to share it. Hesitantly, I went up to the door and rang the bell. A tall young man opened the door. I introduced myself as a neighbor who lived nearby. I had noticed the wreaths and wanted to offer my sympathy. "Come in," he said quietly. The house seemed very still. In the living room, a coal fire was burning. In the center of the room was a small casket. In it was the body of a little girl, about 6 years old. I can see her yet, lying there in a pretty white dress, ironed fresh and clean. Nearby was an empty chair where the young man had been sitting, keeping watch beside the body of his deceased child. The scene left me speechless. What a Christmas Eve, I thought. A crushing loss. No friends or relatives, alone in a new neighborhood. The young man seemed to have read my thoughts. "It's all right," he said, as if he were reassuring me. "She's with the Lord, you know." I was stunned, as those were supposed to be my words. Still speechless, he broke the silence again. His wife, he said, was upstairs with their 2 younger children. Without hesitation, he led me upstairs. There, his wife was reading to their toddler boys. She had a lovely face, sad yet serene. Suddenly, I knew why this little family had been able to hang 2 wreaths on the door, one signifying life, the other death. They understood death was all part of the process, all part of God's wonderful and perfect plan for us all. They understood the fullness of life is not measured in time. Their child had lived a full life. She was now dead. Her life, short as it was, had been full to the brim. Her memory would be lasting, seared in their hearts. Now, their task was to continue making memories with the living. That was how they would move forward together with love, dignity, and courage. Allowing me into the nucleus of their family was a tremendous gift. In fact, it would be the finest gift I would share that year. An affirmation of Christmas myrrh, not a reminder of death, a symbol of love that triumphs over death. The young couple and I became good friends. Many years have passed. Every year, some member of that family sends a Thanksgiving card expressing love and gratitude for the part I played in their lives that evening. Amazing, since it is I who am most grateful. Have you noticed 2 wreaths on a neighbor's door? Has something stirred inside of you? Have you had the courage to act on it?